Good afternoon and welcome to this episode of the Ad Drop Podcast. We'll continue our spin through the world of the Big South Basketball Media Day. And please be joined by the head women's basketball coach at Gardner Webb, Scott Merritt, senior guard, Ashley Hawkins. Coach, Ashley, good afternoon and how are you?
Good. How are you?
Not
Good.
bad. Coach, when dealing with struggles, what keeps you centered as far as being able to kind of see the big picture?
I think you have to remember why you do what you do. Um, and I think that's the biggest thing. You do something, or you should do it for the love of it. Um, and you put everything else to the side. If you love the game of basketball, you love coaching the game of basketball. Always go back to that, and just trying to help these young women kind of navigate through life and be a positive role model for them.
Ashley, what drew you to Gardner Webb?
Coach Scott, I just really saw like a good opportunity. He seemed like a great coach. Like he looked like he was going to be a great coach. We were talking, and it just seemed like it was going to be a good fit for me. So it just committed.
Coach, people talk about building a basketball culture. What do you think is the most important part of that process?
I think the most important part is getting the right type of character kids in there. Because you can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have the right mentality, the right mindset, it's not gonna work out, right? There's going to be a constant ongoing battle between you and your teammates, between you and the coaching staff, or whatever it may be. So I think you get the right people in place that are committed to your vision as a head coach and as a leader, and committed to the vision of the university. I think then you have something special.
Actually, we look at the roster, I want to say that this upcoming season is a very young team with only I want to say four upperclassmen. What advice do you have or try to impart upon the younger players as far as what to expect?
I think just like competing every day, like we do a good job at that, and they come in with energy and a good focus where we're able to compete and just know like it's all going to pay off in the end.
Coach, kind of a similar question. When you see such a young team, what types of challenges does that present to you?
I think it's one of those things where I have to teach and be a little bit more patient because we are still young. There's like a mix of upperclassmen. So when I coach something or make a point in live play or in the drill, Ashley understands, right? I don't have to worry about her understanding it. But then there could be a freshman who might be looking at me, coach, I don't know, but they don't necessarily want to say, hey, coach, I have a question, because they don't want to feel that way or feel like they don't know or they don't understand. I think so. Understanding that balance and how fast I go, how fast I implement our system, how much teaching do we do, how much offense do we put in. I have to go at a pace that they can retain the information, and then allowing them to still have energy and understanding those moments when we don't have energy. It can't be a coach who's showing you that we need energy, and they're starting to figure it out and see those moments. Hey, we got to be louder, we got to have more energy, we got to get some energy. If you're sitting out, you should be talking, clapping, bringing energy. And Ashley's done a great job of asserting herself as one of our leaders this year, and I'm really excited about where we're at as a program.
Actually, if you we can go back to the game versus App State where you scored 28. Was there a feeling early before that game started that you could kind of know that you're about to have a monster night?
No, not really. I mean, I think we were all just trying to get like a win that day, and I think just like a couple shots hit in the beginning just felt good, and then teammates were just helping a lot and giving the ball, and just they were working really well, and so that really helped me.
Coach, when you see the team just working on just firing all cylinders, what hope does that give you that you know what, you're going in the right direction?
A lot of times you can sense it the day before, whether it's in practice or even in shoot around that day. And it goes back to the focus and the energy. You can a lot of times tell what's going to happen in the game that day. But it gives you confidence, right? If your main kids are locked in, it normally trickles down to the bench players and some of the kids who don't necessarily have a huge role. Even though every role is important, some kids don't play as much. But you want to see that focus, you want to see that excitement to play, and just that competitive spirit.
Actually, when you look at just the competition level of the Big South, were you surprised about how strong the competition level in the conference is?
Yeah, I mean, it was just different, like coming from a different, like, conference basically. So, but I really enjoyed it and I liked the competition that we were able to compete against.
Coach, kind of a similar question to you. When you look at the evolution of the Big South, especially in recent years, you've seen just an elevation in the competition level, and you've seen just how just everybody's improving. When you look at it, kind of the kind of the landscape as a whole, what is your biggest takeaway as far as how much and how fast these teams have improved?
Hey, I want to give a lot of credit to the commissioner and the Big South Conference and what they're doing and how they're building the Big South brand. They're doing a great job of giving the teams and universities everything they need to be successful. But there's a lot of good coaches in the league, and I think it starts there. And they're attracting quality athletes at these universities, and it's paying off. There's a competitive brand of basketball being played at a high level. And all the teams want to win, and they all play hard. So I think whenever you got team like 9 teams that play very hard every single night, there's not a game where you can come in and take a team lightly. So it's competitive from top to bottom.
Actually, when you look at just if you take away the basketball part, kind of the culture of Gardner Webb, what do you think is the most underrated part of the campus life?
I think just everybody's like so involved with everything where everybody's just supporting one another. You see a lot of teams go and support other teams. You see a lot of students come to games and just support each other. And I think you just have support like everywhere with academic wise, like off the court things, with just like academics, athletics, everything. So I think that's just a big part of Gardner Webb.
Coach, with the weather getting colder, the leaves turning, do you ever fight the urge to put on the sneakers and just go play just go play all out?
Me personally,
Yes.
I in my mind I still can. In my mind I still got it, but in reality, no. I'll leave that to Ashley and some of the girls on the team. But if we're just talking shooting jump shots, yeah, I'll do that all day. Any movement involved, I'll pass on that. But I still have a desire and love for the game, and this is where the coaching has been so beneficial for me in my life.
Don't let him fool you. He's just scared to play me.
Oh,
She still thinks she can beat me, but when it comes down, she always avoids it. I got class. I got class. I'm like, okay.
see, I mean, it's right there. I mean, it's right there. Now, actually, a question for you. When in your during your travels in the Big South, where has been your favorite opposing gym to play in and why?
Probably High Point. It's just like gives you like that arena vibe where there's a lot of seating, the lights, everything, and it's fun to play there to me.
Coach, similar question to you. Where is your favorite opposing gym to coach in?
I would agree with that. I like the environment at High Point. And she's played really well in that gym. Even conference tournament, I think she dropped 34, 36 points that game. And if she hit her free throw, she would have had a 40 ball. So no, but I like the environment in that gym, and they do a great job of just being gracious hosts.
Actually, now being from the West Coast, is there any food from back home that you wish that you could have on demand on campus right now?
Yes, In and Out. In and Out's my favorite.
Overrated.
I love it
Overrated.
so much. No.
Just a burger and a fry. You can get that anywhere.
It's cheap and it's good quality.
What is your burger of choice, Ashley?
Double double with grilled onions, whole grilled onions, and then a fry and water.
Nice.
Mhm.
Now, Coach, where is the best place in town to grab a meal and what's on your plate?
Um, in Boiling Springs,
Yes.
I think it depends on what you want. There's a really good steak restaurant. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but Toscano's is like a Greek restaurant. They have really good food across the board. And then there's also a restaurant called Pleasant City, which has really good pizzas and burgers and kind of that pub food. So there's a couple good options, right? If you want a solid meal in Boiling Springs or Shelby, right? We'll say Shelby, Boiling Springs.
Gardner Webb women's basketball head coach Scott Merritt, senior guard Ashley Hawkins. Coach Ashley, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of the Ad Drop Podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.